Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a little mess make for Wednesday Grunge Day. And I got this idea from Louisa Heinzel. She made these the other day. And I thought they were really cute and grungy, so I am going to make some today to put in my stash to use in future journals. And what they are is embellished tabs for your journal. So it would go, on the edge of your journal page. Like if this was a page here, you would put these on the edge. If I can get this on here, like so, and you have a cute little tab for your journals, and you could put them at the top if you wanted. You could put them on the top of journal cards. You could use them just wherever you want a little embellished tab. So what she did was she cut a piece of paper or cardstock. I used like a cream colored cardstock for mine, and she cut it 2 inches wide by 3 inches long, and then she took her envelope punch and punched out. I'll show you, so in case you didn't watch the video, which if you have not watched her, I would encourage you to. So let me see if I can get a 2 inch by 3 inch out of this, just to show you. So we're gonna go 2 inches by 3 inches, like that. And let me grab my envelope punch back here. And if you don't have one of these, you can of course make yourself a template, or you can just round the tops. And you would fold it in half. I did score mine before I folded them because it was cardstock, but if you're not using cardstock, then, of course they're going to fold a lot easier. Okay, and then you want to take your punch here and line up with this line and punch it. And then flip it over and do the same thing. And it doesn't matter if it's even, because it's going to be on 2 different sides of the page. Goodness, that was more difficult. And so it's not critical that it be perfect. So then what you have is this. And so then you want to take your scissors and just cut straight across where the tab is on both sides. And that gives you your little tab. Okay? And then I coffee dyed mine and inked around the edges. And so this is where we are. So now what we want to do is we want to embellish these, and that is not straight, and add some elements to one side. You don't want to do it on 2 sides because you're going to be too bulky for your journal if you try and do 2 sides. But in order to make this side so it's not blank, we're going to do some stamping first. So I'm going to get some stamps out here. Which ones do I want to use? Let's use... I want to use this one. Yeah, we can use this one. This one is one of the creative expressions. I think it's signatures too. And you can see mine are not sticking to my little thing here. And we just want to do some stamping in the background. I'm going to get my black archival ink and get a little block, and we will just do some stamping. Okay, use this for background or backing, just so I'm not stamping on my glass thing here. Again, this is just for the background, so it's not, doesn't have to be a perfect stamp. By any means, and most of it will be covered up anyway. I'll do one all the way through, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So now we have a pretty good background. You can see I just randomly stamped on it. So now what we want to do is take some of our other little ephemera pieces and add to this to kind of decorate it up. So I have pulled out, I've got some stamps and some labels, some numbers, some itty bitty ephemera pieces from Tim Holtz, and some tickets, and then I've got my big box of labels over here that we can pull from as well. So let's see what we want to do. So if we take one of these little tickets, and you can make these as clean or as grungy as you want, and of course I'm gonna go for grunge. And we're just gonna I'm gonna put that on there so that piece will quit curling up on me and you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna use art glitter glue and just start gluing stuff. I'm gonna try not to pay much attention to what I'm putting where, except for glue. I don't need to be gluing on the edges. and just kind of go through and pick some stuff out. And see what we come up with. So I hope everyone is doing well today. I'm doing pretty good here. I'm going to keep these fairly neutral. They might have little bits of color here and there, but I want to make sure that I can use them in any kind of journals, so I don't want to cover it up too much. See, I'm gonna get fiddly, and I'm trying not to do that. Stamp. What else do we want? Do we need something round? I don't know how many round pieces I've got in here. Maybe another red. Maybe something else underneath that first. Really want a round element. There's an oval. And basically you just keep on adding things until you get an interesting piece of ephemera. To go on the edge of your journal. Make sure I don't glue it shut. Oh, that wouldn't be good, would it? You could also add some little lacy bits. Let's see if I can tear a piece of this off. Maybe a little button. Got a little button over here. Alright, so there's that one. So when you put it on the edge of your journal, it will look like this, which is really cute. So let's do some more. Maybe we'll do 2 or 3 at a time. We'll lay them out and then glue them. And I'm going to do some of them on this side and some of them on this side. And then maybe do one that's facing toward the top. Alright, so what do we want to do? First we want to stamp. So let's get them all stamped. This time I'm stamping with the walnut stain, just for a different look. You don't have to stamp whole stamps. If you have bigger stamps, you can just stamp a portion. Of a word or number, script. This one's got several words on it, so you could use it and get a lot of coverage. I like that. Okay. To get the back of this one. Yep. Alright, let's turn them back so I can make sure that I put all my other little pieces in the right orientation for the how I'm going to use them. It's always good to make stuff for your stash. Stuff that's ready made and you can just grab it. That one's got a rooster on it. It's kind of cool. Oops. I'm making stuff fly all over the place. All these little pieces are very fiddly too. Very, very fiddly. Okay, let's see what kind of numbers I have over here. These cutout numbers are from Amy at Crafty Cat. She has them available in her shop. If she doesn't have them available, I'm sure if you send her a message that she will be glad to cut you some. Alright, what else do we have? These little grungy pieces are from Tracy Fox. Okay, let's start gluing some of these down so I can see where I'm at here. All right. And you notice I'm not inking every single piece. It just depends on what I feel like the edges look like. And I keep putting glue all over the back of the whole thing. I'm afraid I'm gonna glue it to my page here, my backer page. That one needs something else, and I think this one is gonna need something else as well. I'm gonna start with these. Oops. Alright, so what else do we need? This one I think looks pretty good. Other than it might need some lace. This one needs a couple more pieces. Maybe a ticket. I'm not going to learn about putting the glue on the whole thing. Got a couple of little partial tickets. Okay. Some lace. Now, Louisa, on some of hers, put the lace down first, which looked really good as well. And let's use a couple staples. Be careful and don't staple your front piece to your back piece. Because that would be something I would do. That's why I said that. Because I would be the one to do that. I think I'm gonna... No, maybe not. I was gonna trim that, but I don't mind that. Okay, let's do one on the other one. Cute. Alright, let's do a couple with lace on the bottom. I feel like I'm going to put a word right there too in black. So let's do that. Maybe on a couple of them. Or a number, either one, just so it's something in black. Okay. Do I have room for just a little bit on there? Yeah. Okay, so now, oh, I'll tell you something else we can do. Let's take a stamp and stamp it over what we put on there to kind of bring it together. Yep, like that. Okay, now let's do a couple with the lace underneath. Let's see how we can get those to come out. Maybe we'll do these more feminine looking or delicate looking. Oh, I should have done stamping. That's okay, we'll do it afterwards. Alright, so there's that. And then I honestly don't know if I have anything that's not grungy. I was thinking grunge when I got all this out. It says reading of journal. Let's do one this way and one this way. There's one that says kiss me goodnight. We could use that. That would have to be more on the top layer. Let's see. There's a purple. Purple. And got a couple of buttons. You could also use little garment pins or safety pins. Get a couple of those. What else? What else? that kind of goes with that. Maybe that. That's the hardest part, guys, is picking out what you want to use. Trying not to get caught up with it too much. That matches that pretty well. Do I have anything with kind of a blue? Maybe that. Oh, there's a round. There's a blue. Let's use this on this and the round on that. Alright, let's glue some of this down and see what we got. Excuse me. I don't have any stories to tell, guys. It's been pretty calm here. Lovely weather. Looking forward to starting my journal. I still haven't pulled out my pages or anything yet, or decided on the cover. I have some antique book covers, and I'm pretty sure that I want to use one of those, but they're hard for me to part with. So when I'm actually using one of my antique book covers, it takes me a while to convince myself that I just need to go ahead and do it. I think I'll put another little piece of lace under that button. But I don't think with me doing the grungy, you know, estate sale kind of journal, that it would look good to use a newer book, unless I did something to distress it myself, which could be a possibility. I'm just going to put this pin right through this lace. Put this button on here. And then put this little thing right there, I think. And you can't even see that Kiss Me Goodnight. I could have just left it off there altogether, but that's okay. That's the way it works, isn't it? We put all this stuff on here to cover it up. It's a cute little button, isn't it? Keep sliding this way, getting closer and closer to the edge of the table. So what's everybody working on? Are you getting ready for spring? I'm ready for it, but I'm trying not to get too excited because I know that we're going to get hit with something before then. I noticed a lot of people are doing the Mass Make March, and this is not part of that, and I'm not gonna be doing that. It just so happens that I saw this from Louisa and thought that it would be cute to make some of these ahead of time. To have ready for journals. Because a lot of journal making, in my eyes anyway, is doing the ephemera. You know, if you have things, kind of generic things you can pull from, it kind of speeds it up a little. But they, for me, they have to be pretty generic because most of the time I'm making something, you know, that's pretty, my journals are pretty specific on the subject. And so mass making isn't always good for me because I end up making these things and then, you know, I don't have a journal to use them in per se because I have made something that won't be used. And it just sits. But if I can make something like this that's kind of, you know, just kind of generic in my eyes as far as my style of journaling, because I do the grungy stuff a lot, then I'll end up using it, and it'd be alright. I like the numbers on there. Who doesn't like numbers, right? Won't that look better? No, it covers up too much of the stamp. Could hang it off that end, and then do some little black up there. Could do a stamp there, and that would take care of that. Alright, so there's a couple with the lace underneath. I like those too. So let's put some stamps on those. And I think we can call those finished. Put this on the back. I should have really stamped the back of these before. I started that, but I forgot. Alright, what do I have around? Let's do this one. Okay, do I have a scripty bit? I have some signatures. Put it on the right side of the block. I'm getting ink all over me. That's okay. Par for the course, right? Do this one. Okay. Alright, I feel like this 5 is way too pristine. Alright, so there we go. There's some examples, and like I said, I have several more, so I'll probably do several more just so I have them in my stash. But I think that's a really cute idea. So if you know, put them on your page, put a couple on here, like that one would go like that. And then that one would go, you know, on the page on this side. And then here's one that we made to go on the top. So yeah, I think I am going to trim that off or put another staple in it. It's sticking out too far. There we go. That's better. I just stapled through. Remember me saying don't staple through both? Yeah, that's what I did. So I'll have to fix that. I wasn't telling myself to not do it that time. So don't staple through both sides of it if you're going to use staples. There we go. So that one, why are you not cooperating? Go on the top. See? There we go. And you could, you know, customize these more as you did your journals. For example, if you were doing a journal that had, you know, a certain color in there, you could put something on the top that had that color to bring it in. You could add more lace, you could add more stamping, you could add a different focal point on top. These are just, you know, a jump start of getting you ready to put a tab in the journal. So, but I think they came out pretty cute. You could make them botanical if you wanted to put a flower or something on them. You know, pretty much anything you wanted. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you will go out and do some mask making, get rid of some scraps. And I will see you guys back tomorrow. Oh, one more. See you guys back tomorrow for I Saw It on Pinterest. Until then, everybody have a good evening. Bye.